What's going on, YouTube? Back at it again, talking about my porn testimony. Now, in my last video, I talked about the abuse that these girls go through. In this video, I'm going to expand on that. So, during the course of many years of watching porn and me getting involved in scripture and reading verses talking about sexual sin, fornication, and all that, God was ringing a bell in my head to telling me that what I'm watching is wrong. I shouldn't watch it. So then I was, trying to find ways to how I could stop watching porn and looking at certain websites and trying to figure out how I can get over this and overcome this addiction. And something that I came upon too by researching is that the addiction of masturbation and porn is like heroin and crack combined. So that is a crazy addiction. It's a very tight and it's hard to get rid of. Now, a lot of people will say, well, just stop watching it. Well, to some people, it's not just as simple as just turning it off. And personally, me, I just couldn't just turn it off like that. Like, I tried so hard, and I kept making promises to myself, and kept making promises to God, like, God, I won't watch porn no more, or God, I won't look at new images no more, or making promises to myself like, Tyshawn, you're better than this. I won't watch porn no more. I kept breaking them. Like, I would go weeks to even months without watching porn. But there will always be that lonely night where I'm just in my room or have the house to myself, nobody's around, and I just click it on and end up doing it all over again, making it worse. You see, back in the olden days, you had to go to the adult store and you had to go buy the pornographic magazines. You had to get up and go somewhere. And when the VCRs came out, you had to go get the tapes. So people kind of knew what you was doing. Now in the 21st century, you can just type anything up on a computer. It's in the comfort of your own home. You have the smartphones, tablets, and computers. With a click of a button, you can see hundreds of thousands of girls naked on screen. And you can type in any lustful desire that you want to in the search bar and it'll pop up. Anything. The most sickest thing you can think of, you can type it up, it'll pop up. Then now I'm going to talk about the cruelty of the industry. So I seen a couple of ex-porn stars talking about the industry. Lexa Cruz and a couple other ones. And a lot of these people that go into the industry, and I'm talking about guys and girls. With the guys, like these people are poor. Like they think that the only way that they can make money is to use their body on screen. Like guys, they try doing heterosexual sex and it doesn't work out, so they end up doing gay porn, which makes more money than the heterosexual sex. And these dudes aren't even gay, but they just doing it so they can make a living, so they can get paid a little more. And these girls, they have no father figure in their life. Sometimes they have been abused or sexually abused, and they get curious into sex, and that's a weird thing. Like, how can a girl be sexually abused, but then that makes them more curious into sex? And a porn star that has been through that is a porn star by the name of Asa Akira, where she has been sexually molested, and and I guess that had and I believe that stemmed her interest into sex. So, and a lot of times these porn stars be drug addicts or just have had something traumatizing in their life. And, they're poor, and they go to these casting events, and they sign a contract with whatever industry, whether it's Vivid, Bang Bros, X Videos, whatever. And, they're doing this just so they can survive. Most of these porn stars don't even like what they're doing. I'll say at least 80 to 90% don't like what they're doing. Not all porn stars don't like what they're doing, but most of them don't like what they're doing. Like I will watch porn, and I'll see the dude giving it to the girl, and then the camera zooms into her face, and it seems like she's liking it, like she's smiling, and she's hooping and hollering and yelling and moaning. And I'm like, dang, I'm like, this cat is really giving it to her. But they don't like it at all, and then it's all fake. All of that you're watching is fake. If you was to turn that camera around, you would see a set with microphones, cameras, recorders, all that. And then the director cuts the scene, and then he directs the actor scene by scene, saying, alright, now I want you to do doggy style, or now I want you to do missionary, cowgirl, all this. So basically these actors and actors on this set, they're not doing it passionately or doing it on their own. It's some other guy telling them what to do. So it's all fake. None of it is real. It's an act. And when I found out about this, it's like, so I'm watching something that's not even real, and these girls don't even enjoy this most of the time. I don't want to watch something that these girls are not enjoying, because what's the purpose of that? Like, I would literally look at these dudes, give it to these girls, and try to if I was ever have sex, mimic what they do and try to do it to some other girl. So these porn stars don't like it at all. It's just an act. And then the directors, most of the directors and managers and whatever, producers and whatever, they don't care about these females at all. They don't care. Like this one girl by the name of Jessie Rogers, she did a girl on girl scene where this girl had a dildo which was like 13 inches long, and she thought that the girl was going to know what she was doing because it was that girl's personal play toy. And she shoved this dildo in her behind, just ramming it in there to the point where it broke. She has glass shards all up inside of her rectum. She runs to the bathroom and trying to fix herself up, and the manager runs in there talking about some, oh, you need to finish the scene. When this girl is dripping blood from out of her behind, she's talking about, so you need to finish the scene. That right there just makes you show that they don't care about you. Because you know why they don't care about you? They have girls all over the globe that they can find to do this other than you. Do you know how many people? Do you not know how many girls that want to do porn right now? They don't need you. They can find somebody else. They'll do that same scene. So they're neglected. Then you have all these crazy scenes where these dudes will take these, a lot of these guys in this porn business take these male enhancement pills or inject themselves with whatever to make their stuff bigger, and then they try to have sex with these girls. Dude, and no homo, but when you watch porn, of course you're gonna see the dude's stuff. So it's dude, your stuff is the size of a soda can. Your stuff is this size. How in the world are you gonna think? How are you gonna think that is gonna fit inside some regular girl. I mean, okay, like some girls, like, you know, they start big, but when you have it big like that, do you know that you can literally mess up the girl's insides with that? And then a lot of these porn stars are encouraged to do anal sex and all this stuff, where these guys are literally just. And then the thing is, it's mostly like most of the time, bro. It's mostly about the guy dominating the girl, just thrusting himself inside of her like a ravaged animal, like just thrusting your big stuff inside of her when you can possibly cause her to have anal tears and have bacterial infections, you know, cause her to bleed inside of her vagina. And these girls are in the videos are, you know, trying to make it seem like, you know, they're enjoying it, but really they're in pain when these guys are doing it to them. And then, you know, I'm sitting there, you know, but when I was watching this stuff, you know, getting off to this, when these girls can possibly get hurt. And you know what I'm saying, there's so many occasions of people catching STDs and herpes and all this stuff because they get checked once a month. But during that little gap, somebody can get infected, and then they can spread all around. So, you know, they just don't care about you in that industry. They just want you to do whatever the viewer likes. They don't care about what you like or whatever. They just care about what the viewer likes. So they can bring them more money. And they're making more money off you. You're the one doing the scenes, but they're making more money off of you. So these girls just get neglected. And after a while, you know, I just realized, like, dog, these girls are somebody's sister, somebody's auntie, somebody's daughter, somebody's cousin. Do you really think that their family members would want somebody to watch their daughter get done like that? And you're behind the screen masturbating to it, jacking off to that? How does that make the parents feel? That their daughter or son video is stuck on the internet like that? No possible way of getting taken down. And then somehow, if it was managed to get taken down, people will still have it in their phones because people download stuff like that. So that stuff is going to be stuck on the internet for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, it's going to be stuck on the internet. So really, after seeing all this abuse that these girls get and how they're treated like worse than animals, it's like I just couldn't watch it. And also by God putting His Holy Spirit within me to keep me away from all that, I just couldn't watch it no more. I just couldn't get off to watch. I just couldn't jack off to seeing this stuff no more. These girls don't like it. It's all the act, and their parents are sad because their daughters and sons are doing this. I can't jack off this no more because it's sad. It's really sad. Like Tupac said, we got a name from a woman and we came from a woman. Why are all these women getting abused? I love women. You know, I love women. I love human beings in general. I love women. I love, you know, women. You inspire me. I get inspired by women. So why in the world would I want to see a woman getting treated like that? The man dominating the woman in all the videos, cussing her out and all this crap going on. I don't like that whatsoever. I don't like it. And women, I understand that it's hard out here. I understand, but there's other ways that you can help yourself financially. There's other ways. You know, I don't like seeing women getting treated like that. You know, and you know, recently I've been going strong, keeping away from sexual temptation, even though the temptation still comes up, because all throughout life, because the devil is still in this earth, you will always be tempted to do something that you don't want to do. You will always be tempted. There's no way to get rid of temptation, but there is a way to avoid it. There is a way to avoid temptation, but only by God will you avoid that temptation.